Let's do this one more time. Connor Toffin, Gary LaGrange on the call. IC Live Procast out of Red Deer. We're at Great Chief Park at Setter Field. Notre Dame Cougars facing off against the Hunting Hills Lightning. Connor Toffin with Gary LaGrange on this IC Live Procast. Gary, we were a little bit late, just 15 minutes though. We had a little bit of a delay, but we're all ready for some football in these perfect conditions. Now, with that 15-minute delay, we talked a little bit, and it's a bit of a weird one for these coaches and players.
Yes, it is. Like waiting this long to start the game. Hopefully, you can see Notre Dame starting to get into their funk.
It's game one. Adrenaline's high. These two teams do not like each other. Obviously, there is always a mutual respect between these two programs, but these guys are about to hit the white lines and hit each other as hard as they absolutely can. It's going to be a fun one tonight. What do you expect that we see between these two squads?
Oh, I think it's going to be quite physical, especially in the first 10 minutes. Opening kickoff's usually the fun part to watch. That'll set the tone for the game. And Notre Dame's got a special teams athlete out there. Got to watch and respect him. He's already had a few kickoff returns, one this year against St. Francis. That was called back, unfortunately, but he had a couple last year at least.
We're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem, and then it's kickoff.
That we are on Treaty 6 territory to the north of the Red Deer River and Treaty 7 territory to the south of the Red Deer River. We acknowledge and give thanks to all of the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. And now, again, if you can stand and remove your hats, we will have the playing of our national anthem.
Great atmosphere. I guess, if anything, that little delay gave some fans a little bit more time to file in. Good support for high school football in Alberta right now. It's our first SSA Game of the Week. I knew that was going to happen after the recent rebrand. First SSA Game of the Week this season. We are so delighted to be out here, and at least IC Live's first game of the week, and it should be a good one between these two squads. Two teams with some really high expectations this year. Gary, you're really familiar with this Notre Dame side. They had over 70 athletes out at camp this year. Excellent turnout numbers, and that allowed them to run two teams, as we've already talked about, and it just feels like interest for football in Alberta just continues to grow and grow and grow.
Yes, it does. It is. The girls are growing too. They got a junior squad for the it's a senior squad for six-man football here with the Cougar program as well.
We will see a women's player today playing for Notre Dame. Dot Trudeau, running back, Team Alberta U18, national champion.
Yes.
Notre Dame will be receiving the first kickoff. Out to kick it away is Logan Bellinger, and we're underway. Hits one of the up men and just falls on it. That's a smart play there for Notre Dame. Sorry, Hunting Hills is saying they have it here as the kicker came up with the football, but it looks like Notre Dame's going to come up and get first possession.
46 was on it and was whistled down, I'm pretty sure. And then he just rolled off it pretty quick. Did his job.
16 yards, Cougar scrimmage, 1st and 10 from there.
Kamgong Shakir made the smart play there. Just make sure you fall on top of that football, and that'll leave way at the 49 for Lex Perfun. Really big quarterback. We got a flag on the opening snap. Perfun going deep, trying to find McCauley and just missed him.
That was out of their bunch set with an H-back, a little bit of a boot.
It will be 2nd and 10 unless the flag on the field changes that.
I don't think they had an end on the left. There was no tight end, and they had a wide out off the line.
That was number 1 ace and bunch.
I guess we'll see right away. I'm not sure with the refs being late, we were able to get them mic'd up before the game today. No, not quite. So penalty's going to be declined regardless, which leaves it at a 2nd and 10. You get a good look at that arm strength, though, from Perfun early. Grade 12 quarterback of the Cougars. Seen him walking around in warm-ups, and even mentioned to me, Gary, these players are getting bigger and bigger and stronger, even from 4 years ago when you coached.
Yeah, they look huge.
One back, lots of motion here, and it's handed off to Cormier. Cormier with some room down the left side. He's got the defense beat. There is a flag at the Notre Dame 50. For now, Cormier's into the end zone, touchdown, and we'll check the flag. It looks like it's coming back.
It will be a 61-yard field goal.
Afterwards,
if it stands, unfortunately, initial
5 anyways.
indications are holding against the Cougars. Indeed, that is the call by head.
This is going to be a holding call against the Cougars. Excellent looks, though, early, and good signs from the offense. Look at all that space off that left edge.
Against the Cougars, but perhaps more importantly, negates the 61-yard run by Cormier. Move the ball back to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, right around the 5-yard mark.
For the Cougars.
They did call it before yards here, so they're going to move it back to a 2nd and 20. Do that again, and you don't got to worry about how much yards you need. A few linebackers in for Hunting Hills. Lots of guys in the box, and they'll give it to McCauley. McCauley cuts over the middle, and a pickup of about 3. Good stand there after the big play for the Hunting Hills defense. A little bit of luck, but they're going to get themselves off the field.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a outside run with a pulling guard. They picked it up the middle out of I formation. That Hunting Hills players split that seam pretty good. Nice tackle.
Seen a couple looks for Ben McCauley early, and we're going to see a lot throughout this game on pretty much every side of the ball. Looks like the punting team is out here for Notre Dame. Caden Cormier standing on his own 33. Got another flag here. There was no end for Notre Dame, so Hunting Hills here with a chance for a return. It's received by Bunch. Bunch gets taken down right away, and it should be a decision coming up for the Lightning. Do you want them to re-kick, or are you happy with the ball on your own 35? Gary, these are those miscues that can happen early on in the year.
Yeah, unfortunately, that offense, they've got that game under their belt. They should have had those kinks ironed out already. Couple of miscues.
Sometimes high school, those 20, 30-yard punts are a big positive. I haven't seen anything yet out of Cormier as a punter or this Notre Dame special teams, but I think long snapping is an underappreciated job as well. And these young players, it's hard to get these punts off clean, so Hunting Hills is going to make Notre Dame re-kick.
Yeah, anything can happen when they back them up.
Bunch and Boulanger are the two returners for the Lightning. High snap. Cormier handles it. A few onside players here to watch out for, but Bunch fields it cleanly in the air. Cuts over the middle across the 45, and that'll improve their field position by about 15 yards before that penalty. Would have been at the 35. This time Bunch takes it out to his own 50.
He's brought down by Brad McCauley on the 50-yard line. That gives Hunting Hills first down, 10 yards to go.
A bonus if Hunting Hills can come off with a penalty and a clean first few snaps.
What can we expect out of the Lightning offense today?
Well, there's their H-back under center. This could be inside, outside. It's outside.
Early run here as they give it to Bunch. Bunch cuts over the middle, gain of 6. Good first down production. Ryder Cooper, the grade 11 quarterback, was under center to open up this game for the Lightning.
Caleb Fudge of the Cougars after a 6-yard carry. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Hunting Hills.
One thing about these high school games is 12-minute quarters, they can run incredibly quick. This makes it start so important. Handoff here. And they'll get to about the 51 of the Cougars. They got just over a yard to go here. And that'll bring up an interesting third down decision for head coach Kyle Sedgwick.
That looked like an inside trap. That didn't quite get there. It's a good play on the defense, blocking that center from pulling.
Reese Belcher got there on that one. Now they'll spot him a bit back here at the 52. That's a third and a very long 2. And punt team is out for the Lightning. Must have some trust in Belanger out to punt it away. Kind of in that spot where it could be a fake as well. And that's exactly what it is. Belanger up the seam. Gets enough down to the 45. What do you think about that call, Gary, head coach?
Oh, I was
Kyle
going to
Sedgwick
say.
showing some guts early.
Yeah, I was going to say 50-yard line. He's known to do that.
That's kind of the advantage of having an athlete at punter.
Very, very much so. Know where the first down is and get your head down and go.
New set of downs for Hunting Hills, 1st and 10 on the 45.
Got a bit of a delay on the snap here.
They're in a double tight set. Oh, no, just single.
Handoff up the middle.
Solid. Nice job by the nose guard.
That was taken out right away. Looked like once again Reese Belcher, who was flashed a couple times early off that Notre Dame D-line.
52, Reese Belcher in his back pocket. Loss of a couple of yards for Bunch, 2nd and long for the Lightning.
It'll be a loss of 2. And back to the 47. Go the Lightning. Going to be the first pass of the game. They're trying to set up a screen down the right side to Judd. Little bit of room. And sometimes on 2nd and long, you're just trying to pick up some of that yardage. They're going to get about 7. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, this is a situation where Kyle, he could either punt it away or gamble. Either or.
Yeah, you're just outside of field goal range.
Yeah. One man back, McCauley. Well, there goes the second.
Punt team is out, but of course it doesn't really mean much after what we just saw a few plays ago. This time Belanger will punt it away, a short one, angled towards the sideline. And
yeah, didn't want nothing to do with putting it in those guys' hands there and risking a return. Game management by Kyle. There, gained some yards. Sneak hunting Hills get down the field and march the field.
The net here just going to be 2 yards after that punt. Regardless, the offensive drive there for the Lightning backs up the Cougars a little bit, opening up at their own 33.
Power I. Bounced.
Bunch under center. Handoff. And short gain there for Portsmouth.
New ball carrier in for the Cougars was number 84, and that was Kane Portsmouth. His first touch of the ball game.
Not a ton of room, but actually able to pick up about 7.
Right around the 40.
Nice little play.
Second and 3.
Good downhill run game, fall forward and pick up a little more than you think. Here's another handoff. Portsmouth again keeps turning the legs across the 50, and it'll be first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, those guys are a little bit distracted maybe by Ben coming in jet motion from the left across after the handoff, opening up a little bit of room in the middle.
5.5 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Bit of a snap count. No flags. Looked like the Lightning were close to jumping, and it's taken down the left side by Porfoon, able to pick up a little bit on the ground. Pickup of 2.
That was a little bit of a faux pas, trying to catch them to come offside. They should have waited and reset and make them back up a little bit. That happened a little bit too quick for Notre Dame's liking.
Kind of looked like it threw off the timing on the play there and led Porfoon to just scrap it, pick up whatever yards he could. From the 52. They need 8. Goes around to Portsmouth, and he's going to, another decent pickup, but there's Lightning everywhere, and that'll leave him about 3 yards short of the first down line.
Yeah, a little outside run there out of Power I.
Call it a 3rd and 3.
Looks like they're going for it.
Offense is staying on the field.
I like this.
Haven't seen McCauley on this drive yet. He's at the bottom. Oh, the little bit of a miscue in the mesh zone. And Porfoon can't get there.
Didn't expect to see that one. The handoff was nowhere. I think the back and the quarterback got twisted up on what side the ball was supposed to come off.
Good effort there from the Lightning as well, led by Lucas Rain. A couple times there, team tackling. You know, you can pick up a yard, 2, maybe 7, but don't let him pick up another one. Don't let him drive forward, and that time they stop him well short of the yard to gain. And this Lightning offense that picked up a couple first downs on their last drive will find the field once again. Cooper at quarterback, bunch in the backfield.
Yeah, in that H side again.
This time they're going to give it away to Belanger, one of their best athletes, across midfield, cuts over the middle, and he'll pick up about half the yards on first down.
Yeah, little jet sweep.
Eventually taken down by Ethan Poirier. His gain of about 6 yards on the play. It'll be second and medium for Hunting Hills, just inside Cougar territory.
2nd and 4.
Same set.
Cooper. They'll empty out. They'll fake it, and the quick toss to Bunch. Bunch with a little bit of room.
Yeah.
And that Notre Dame defense just did a great job to read the trick play.
Yeah.
But it is a first down regardless for the Lightning.
Yeah, that was a counter off the jet. That last play was the same play they run the time before, and he just pulled it and just flipped it forward to the under from the slot. Coming backside. They sniffed that out pretty good.
Another handoff here to Bunch. Bunch looking for some room down that left side. Got to the corner, and that is, we talked about him already. Ben McCauley, one of the best athletes for the Cougars, chasing him down. But a pickup of 10 will be enough for the Lightning offense.
Yeah, that was a nice little play. They're going to gain the edge. Kyle's going to stick to that. With sprinkling his stuff up the middle, but once he gets that edge and it's successful, he likes to keep it going. And why not, I guess. 10 yards on that play.
So now from the Notre Dame 36.
Buffalo set.
Look at this. Don't see this too often in football anymore. They will give it to Bunch. Tons of blockers, but once again for the Cougars, it's Belcher into the backfield.
Yeah, that was double tight set with 3 up backs, jumbo set. And they come around the corner. He had the blocking if that nose guard didn't get in there, number 52.
That many blockers, regardless of the play, that has to bring some challenges for the defense.
Oh, it is. We used to run that for years. We called it a Buffalo set. That's why I call it a Buffalo set, or a lot of people call it jumbo.
That's like the jumble of all jumbo there.
Yeah.
3 receivers out to the right. Got Thiessen kind of lined up as a tight end here, and Cooper goes to the right, now
screen.
looks left, screen to Bunch, and he's taken down right away. What a read.
Number 15.
Brad McCauley. I believe the twin brother of Ben.
Yep. He stayed home on that backside screen. We'll see another punt here.
Yeah, third and about 15, 16. So Belanger back out to punt. Last one was just a net of 2. High snap. Belanger handles it easily. Oh, much better punt this time. Angle towards the side. McCauley on the return. Steps across the 20 and driven out of bounds. That is an excellent punt by Belanger.
Yep. Pinned him on the sideline. Everyone squeezed it down. He had nowhere to go.
Of Hunting Hills at around the 28-yard line. So it's a 30-yard punt and a return of 16. Cougar ball, first and 10.
About a 20-yard net difference that time. Much better for the Lightning. Kind of a bit of a field position game early here. Cougars this time backed up onto their own 23. Time running out here in the first quarter.
So we got Bunch right. Tight left.
They'll fake the handoff to Portsmouth over the middle. It's picked off. Belanger going for the end zone. Touchdown, Lightning.
Yeah, he was thrown to the tight end on the weak side. And that halfback was sitting right there. And he's small. I don't know if the quarterback even saw him.
Let's get another look at this one. Belanger, after the great punt, stays out on defense and just takes it away. They were looking for Ben McCauley once again. And Belanger underneath read it perfect.
Yeah, they were trying for a quick hitter to the tight end. A little dig inside. A lot of tall people there.
Sabo out for the extra point, and he's got it. 7-0 Lightning as we get another look at the defensive touchdown. Now we've seen Belanger make a play on offense. We've seen him make some plays on special teams, and now we see him flash on defense as well. It's something that is so different in the high school game compared to college, most of the time junior and especially professional. There's only one player in professional ball right now that plays both ways, and he hasn't actually done it yet, and down in the NFL, Travis Hunter, and only one that I can remember recently in the CFL, which was Duron Carter. Micah Johnson as well played some O-line last year, so a couple, but it's not common in high school. You see it all the time, and it's always so impressive, a kid like Belanger, just the gas tank he has to do something like that.
Yep. Oh, it's nice when you get one of those athletes that are that kind of special and they got that kind of endurance and they can pick up both sides of the ball mentally and physically.
4 seconds still left on the clock here in this first quarter. Bit of a deeper kick, still taken by one of the upmen and falling forward across the 47. Lightning have limited another return here. Not a lot of clock went off. Play only lasted 2 seconds.
Good catch and run by 43 on a line drive kickoff, and an excellent tackle. All right, here we go with that tight set. Tight left, punch right.
Porfoon looking to avenge his last mistake. And it looks like the Lightning have called a timeout. And I think I seen why. Cougars had 3 receivers on that right side to just 2 defensive backs for the Lightning. Usually, Gary, that means touchdown.
Yeah, the Sam should have been bumped out or either roll the safety down. You got choices there, but no one was out there.
So clock might have a bit of a miscue here. We should have 1 play left here in the first quarter.
No, they can play zone off that, but it's you're definitely going to cheat to the bunch side as a safety.
This should be the last play of
Oh, there we go. Here comes the Sam linebacker.
Might have some room downfield if you can block long enough. 7 guys lined up along the line of scrimmage for the Lightning, and they're going to run against it. Portsmouth over the middle, trucks a defender across the 50.
Beautiful run, 14, 15 yards. That's what happens when you spread teams out and you bring that safety up a little bit. They were in man coverage there.
So that'll be it for the first quarter of football. Lightning control field position, and then that pick 6 by Belanger gives the Lightning a 7-0 lead heading into the first quarter break.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
We are back at Great Chief Park here at Setter Field. Connor Toffin, Gary LaGrange on this IC Live Procast, SSA Game of the Week. Good start here for the Lightning, and the Cougars offense starting to move the ball here to open the second quarter, but overall a bit of struggles in the first, Gary.
Yeah, Hunting Hills looking a little bit more polished than what I expected, and Hunting Hills making a few minor mistakes, some hiccups, and some early penalty trouble. Here we got that tight end set again, spreading out the defense.
Seen them run against this already. Get those corners out there. Could be some room over the top.
Man to man.
Going to look there. Porfoon down the side. It's covered perfectly by Bunch, who had Ben McCauley all tied up.
And that's what Adam's looking for, is man-to-man matchup on that spread set.
And McCauley's a big guy. Kind of already has that junior football body as well. Anytime you can get him one-on-one, you're going to throw it there, I'm assuming.
And here it is again.
3 receivers to the right. And McCauley to the left, 1 back. It's Portsmouth. They'll hand it off right over the middle. Puts a shoulder into a defender, but 3 Lightning players come down, converge on Portsmouth, and a gain of just about 5. Trying to go against the grain on 2nd and 10.
See, that same set, they bumped the trips out a little bit in early motion, and the Sam didn't go with them. So they actually had a 3-on-2 on the backside there that the quarterback didn't recognize.
So interesting decision here for the Cougars. Once again, just out of field goal range here. You're at the 43. You got a 3rd and 5. And do you go or do you punt it? Right now it looks like they're going to punt, but who knows? Caden Cormier, the kicker. They have 2 players on side. That's Morecambe.
I would pin him deep if Adam, for sure.
McCauley on side
there
as
he
well.
goes.
Here's a fake. McCauley blocking. Cormier trying to get to the edge. He needs the 32, and he's not going to get there.
Nope.
Excellent special teams tackle made by the Lightning. That's Lincoln Lazaruk.
You know, and at this point, having a 7-point lead, Kyle's not worried about the return. He's worried about the fake. And he's going to friggin' make sure that those kids are ready for it. And they're going to be yelling on the sideline, watch the fake first.
There is an injured Lightning player on the far side of
And they
the
did a
field.
good job.
Getting some attention. He is off the field of play, so the Lightning.
There's a player down here for the Lightning on the far side of the field. Couldn't quite catch a number. What have you liked so far from these Hunting Hill Lightning offensive players? They've been moving the ball. Of course, the score came on defense, but part of the reason they scored on defense was because the Cougars had the ball in their own 23, and they've been winning the field position game so far.
Well, I can only imagine what Kyle's been telling them for the last 2 weeks, that, you know, this is the team to beat, the team that they need to beat at the end of the season. And they've just been, like, waiting to get tested. So far, they've risen to the occasion.
It's Hunting Hill's head coach, Kyle Sedgwick. They're going to hand it off again to Bunch. Cuts over the middle, and another good first down gain. Will bring up 2nd and manageable.
There's another little quick hitter off tackle.
Asen has a very fitting last name for his role in this Lightning team because he's been getting a bunch of touches early. 2nd and 5.
You got that H-back bounce set. Looks like pass.
Quick scan across the right side. Finds a receiver. First catch of the game for Judd, and enough for the first down as he's driven out of bounds by Baloneski.
Yeah, they caught him in a cover 3. Notre Dame there was playing a little bit off him on the wide side of the field.
Notice there too, Alexander in zone coverage there underneath. I think he wanted a pick 6 of his own as you see him come across the bottom of the screen. Not sure it would have mattered. From the opposing 54, another flip over to Bunch. Tell you what, Bunch looks like a smaller player out there, but that low center of gravity, those quick cuts, not an easy man to tackle on a pickup of 4.
That was a good little run to get 4 yards because Notre Dame had it covered off pretty good.
Getting in on the action. 2nd and 6 for Hunting Hill. Ball now on the 5.
2nd and 6. It's always so interesting at this high school level, you know, Gary. It's you got players that are new to football. You got players that have played football for years, and overall you have a size difference. And you can see it on a run like that. The one thing you can't be is afraid of contact.
some of the best players that have destroyed Notre Dame in the past have been small.
They were looking for Belanger, and he was double covered. Belanger wants a flag, not going to get one. And the Cougars might take the Lightning offense off the field. Punting unit coming out in a 3rd and 6.
Small guys with great speed and great hands and smarts.
I think sometimes there's a bit of deception to it as well. Right, you look at a smaller player, you think well, he's going to be a little lighter, a little easier to take down, but they get that low center of gravity and they can run right through you as much as anyone else.
Yeah.
Belanger back out to punt. Kind of angled towards the outside, but kicks it back down the middle. Ben McCauley on the return, finds a bit of a seam out to the 35. That'll net 16 yards as McCauley returns it to the 35.
And one small advantage that Kyle might have had is film on Notre Dame, whereas there isn't any yet on Hunting Hills that, you know, you can prep your kids for, because the visual sometimes is, you know, invaluable.
I think, too, sometimes we forget as fans and people who aren't down on the field, you don't play a preseason game as Hunting Hills, but that doesn't mean a properly instructed team is going to have intense practice reps that do kind of match what a game intensity would be. Not everywhere. Here's a handoff. Tons of running room and a first down for the Cougars. Portsmouth, the grade 10 running back, had a hole so big he couldn't miss it.
That was a little counter to the left. Hurry up offense. Adam's got a little bit of a advantage here. I'll tell you about in a second.
James Morecambe with the big block on that one. Another handoff to Portsmouth and another good gain on first down. They're running the football so well. That time tackled.
He's able to get that next play in seconds with a call system, Armadillo Tech receivers.
Right.
Plays go right to his key guys.
Apologies, that was Middleton on the tackle.
There's the end around.
Lots of room for the Cougars. Here's Cormier down the sideline. He's got a man beat. He's into the end zone.
Flag.
Oh. Touchdown once again for now. The flag is sitting on the Hunting Hills 49-yard line. And this, we already seen a touchdown come back for the Cougars. Might be another coming back here. We do, I believe, have the ref mic'd up at this point, so let's get the call shortly.
For a minute there, I thought he stepped out of bounds. It was really close.
So after yards were gained, Gary, explain what the difference is there.
Okay, so the penalty happened after he gained the yards there. So he had already gained a 10-yard gain, and that's where the infraction held. So the ball goes back to the spot of the infraction, I believe, and then they start over for no loss of downs.
Versus, of course, what you normally see on a holding where you'll just, you know, on a 1st and 10, you go back, replay the down, but from 1st and 20.
Yeah.
Another handoff to Portsmouth. He's going to get a lot of that yardage back. A run of 11 to the Lightning 44.
Going back to that spread offense of theirs. Pretty hard to keep all them gaps covered. Here we go, under center, power I.
Couple receivers to either side, the two backs.
Reset, there you go. That's what they did on that other play. They didn't reset.
Morecambe the lead blocker. Portsmouth again. Morecambe makes his block. Portsmouth spins across the 35. He's close to another first down. I think he's got it.
Yeah. See, they're doing that off that jet action to Ben underneath. Hunting Hills has got to honor Ben coming underneath. So it freezes them just for that nanosecond. It opens up a nice hole in the middle.
Same formation back in that power eye. This time they'll fake the handoff, go to the end around. This is Cormier. Just working those legs, getting down to the 26. Gain of 7.
You get the feeling that Notre Dame's starting to get their legs under them.
Sometimes when your offense is struggling, it feels like you just got to keep that defense on the field a little bit.
And if you're getting 8 yards of crack off that 1st and 10 up the middle.
Under center, this time they'll give it to Portsmouth again. Lots of room and a touchdown saving tackle made by Bunch. Apologies, that's 7, not 1. That was Philippek. There was no one behind him.
Yeah, when you got guys like Ben Cormier and Macaulay and Ben at slot, and they're coming underneath and they alternate, that middle's starting to open up a little bit for Notre Dame.
Player down here for the Lightning. We'll have a bit of an injury delay. That is Logan Miller. Defensive end also plays O-line, the grade 12 player. So, of course, when you have to double a receiver, Gary, it can create an advantage elsewhere. Usually, they say the advantage lies with the defense because a quarterback, you don't have to account for him unless he's a running threat. So you kind of turn the game into a 12-on-11 a lot of the times, and the defense has that extra player. But when the quarterback is a running threat, or when you have a receiver tall, fast, that can run routes, you got to double him, and that kind of evens out that advantage again.
Yeah, and how do you double someone that goes underneath? You got to have your backside committed to containing that edge and holding it.
That's what can open up the run game and that short passing game a lot of the times elsewhere.
Because you're not getting that help from the Sam or the Will, because they're worried about that under motion coming. And once you get a double and scrape to the Mac, then that opens up 5-6 yards. Especially if you got a, Team Alberta center that knows it, and he's been doing reps like that all summer long.
I feel like you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the double coverage of the pass, it's kind of changed a little bit as well, as we've seen guys kind of get bracketed a little more. So they'll have that one guy up in man coverage on a team's best receiver. The rest of the defense oftentimes might still be playing zone, but they want to man up there and just have that safety over top. Sometimes where we see those good receivers take advantage of that is they won't double if it's just a quick slant or a drag, and you can pick up 5, 6, 7 yards easily.
Yep, because they're more worried about giving up the score, the deep ball, especially guys like Ben. He's got that size difference on some of the DBs and the physicality to bring the ball in.
Good to see Miller walking off under his own power. Still got 5:17 to go here in this first half.
Ben and Macaulay and Cormier at slot in a power I. Under center, quarterback. Here comes the under motion. Gives it to Ben.
Macaulay trying to get to the edge, and the Lightning swarm him. A good gain, but a touchdown saving tackle for Hunting Hills. Cougars are going to have to go again. Looked like that might have been Belanger again.
Well, he didn't really gain any yards on that, did he? It's still 2nd and 4 or so, or 5.
Actually, Belanger made first contact. Kalinchuk was the final one to bring him down. Same formation, Portsmouth over the middle, spinning right near the end zone.
He should have a first on that. Yep, you got a first down.
Not quite in. Oh boy, just short where it looks like they have that ball.
Yeah, on the 1.
Best drive for the Cougars. They've scored a touchdown on it already, but it got called back. Second time a touchdown's been called back in this game for them. This time just one back. Looks like they're trying to spread out the defense again. Macaulay in motion. Quick quarterback sneak into the end zone. Touchdown, Porfoon.
Untouched. Walked right in. Well, it took them a while to get rolling. I think they got their legs under them now.
Feels like they found something on that drive. They were spreading that defense out a bunch, and they found some room with the run game over the middle.
Yeah, as a player and a coach, if you're expected to win and you come out a little bit flat via penalties or miscues, you start holding your breath and kind of going, when's this going to happen? Or are they that good? Are we that bad? Or what's going on?
Extra point is up and good. By the way, great ball spin there by poor Foon in the celebration. I tried to do that my whole life. Never once successfully. We get another look at it. Poor Foon right over the middle. And it's celebration time. Look at the spin! Ah, it's blocked out by the goalposts, of course. But it's still spinning, I promise.
Yeah. No, they do it all week long practicing it.
I got a question for you. Do players practice their touchdown celebrations nowadays?
We never really allowed that when during practice, but I am sure in the locker room or during school, they get together at noon hour and they do some. But we've also got flagged for excessive celebration.
I mean, some of these touchdown celebrations now are just way too coordinated. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no way they're kayaking in the end zone and they didn't practice that. Of course, high school, you don't see that quite as often. Sometimes you do. Usually you got to score a lot of touchdowns to get good at those, though. This time,
Good kick.
it's going to be taken by a bunch, but he's running backwards toward his own goal line. Across the 10, a little bit of room to return, and he's taken down at the 20 by Nate Alexander.
Good coverage on a speedy little back. Overall, I'm quite impressed of the athleticism on both teams. You keep searching I don't know, I always look when I watch film for a weak link because there's usually always one.
Right.
And you attack that weak link and wear them down a little bit and it pays off. But so far, both teams have looked very sharp.
Across the 30, another good run here. If you like power football, this is the game for you. That one a run for Jax Lee, the grade 10 running back. Seeing these grade 10s chip in quite a bit today. We talked about it before the game, but two good junior programs, and it's paying off for both teams today.
Yeah, that was just a double team and scrape. Just a quick hitter up the left edge.
Lightning out to the 31, kind of that important part of the half here.
Okay,
Sorry,
here's
they're
that.
going to replay first down here. It looks like they're going to keep it a 1st and 10.
Oh, there's that option and a trap, which didn't work.
And a flag. Sorry, didn't get the call on that last one. But obviously, it was no play, and now a flag on this one as well.
It'd be interesting to see if it was offside on the D or procedure on the O.
Well, my apologies. That was the first down on the last one. That's why it's 1st and 10.
Okay.
You guys can make fun of me in the comment section for that one.
It might have been offside.
Let's get the call.
Plus 15, first down.
All right, now the ref's louder. I did it all the way up for last time. And sorry about that. So now we're at the 50. No headphone warning on that one for us either. I almost screamed like it was a horror movie.
Yeah. Okay, here we are in balanced. Shotgun. Ace.
Quick screen play out to the left side.
Yep.
Here's Judd for the Lightning, trying to get to midfield.
And that's all you want with that. It's great if he gets more, but 5 yards is a great little play on first down for a pass. For a quarterback throwing the ball, it's always a confidence boosting thing to get completions under your belt, no matter how big or small they are.
So there's just a little bit of running room. They'll officially call it a pickup of 4.
There goes the end around. Oh, good block.
Belanger makes one miss and just tripped up there by Dominic Moser. Big tackle there. There was a lot of room in front of the speedy Belanger. First down.
That's a little bit. When you see that end around come in there and there's nobody attacking it, it's a lack of communication on the defensive side of the ball. When he comes from the left side all the way to the right side, your left side's got to be screaming.
from the 46.
And it looked like a pass or, oh, there's that little shovel.
There's that shovel to Bunch. And that is a high tackle by the Cougars. This is going to go as a first down for the Lightning. Looked like they got the arms up around the face mask, maybe around the neck for a horse collar. Let's get a look.
Ooh, that's pretty borderline.
And Bunch is staying down on the play here. Maybe a little bit shaken up. This would be a big one for
I
the
don't
Lightning.
know. I'm a little old school when it comes to calls.
On the face mask, on white, the gain plus 15, first down.
Didn't see the face mask part of that.
Get another look from our game camp. Looks like that
on the way
left
down.
arm maybe
Yeah.
of Ruiz got around. Otherwise, it was a good stop, but that arm just a little too high up. And those
That's just a size differential thing.
Yeah.
A big guy on a small back, and he just engulfs him.
and Bunch is still taking a seat down with a couple trainers right now. And obviously the Lightning are hoping that he's okay, and it looks like he's going to get up and walk off with a little bit of help. He did stand up after the tackle at first, looked at the ref, wanted the call, and looked okay for a moment, but sometimes those upper body injuries, they can take a second or two to kind of sit in, right? You got that adrenaline, you get tackled, you get up, and you're like, oh no, I'm hurting right now, and hopefully Bunch is going to be all right.
Yeah, it looks like he might even be limping a little bit. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's upper body or lower body.
Obviously, you assume with the face mask, but
Yeah, he could be a little dizzy. Who knows? Hope he's okay.
anytime you get twisted around awkwardly, of course, that could be anywhere. So not too sure.
That's a nice little under shovel pass that Kyle's developed there.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to like the counters that both these offenses have been running so far. You're not sure what play they're running, and that's what you want as a coordinator, right?
Like, this is a huge win for Kyle already, like, just to be hanging here at tied, close to the end of the half.
Another counter run, and this time stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Swallowed
Called
up.
his name a few times. Belcher, once again on that one, makes first contact. Boucher in there as well.
Yeah, he's reading the pulling guard. They're trying an inside trap there to the number 2 hole. And that number 52, I think Belcher, is he? He is making it very difficult to pull that off.
Cooper looking to the right side. Oh, he had a man for a moment, but he was leveled. He was looking for Judd.
Nice contact at point of impact with the ball and the DB meeting at the same time on the receiver. Incompletion. Great defense. Good throw.
This is pro timing.
Yeah. Great. That's what gets the sideline pumped up right there.
Balaneski on the hit. Good to see Judd up and okay. Look at this. Ball hit. Ball out. Doesn't get much better than that. So the ball now at the 26 after the incompletion. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here for the Lightning. I mean, no sense
down.
punting here. And looks like
Timeout!
Well, he's going to maybe decide if he's going to go for it. Is it third down? It is. Or kick a field goal. I was watching them in warm-ups, and both kickers, that's well within their range.
yeah, it was about out to the 35 on either side and close from there. So it would be risky. This would be a 33-yard attempt. So I guess the question for coaches at this point is, how comfortable are you with defending a return on a longer field goal attempt?
Well, your return guy's always an issue. You've got to consider him, because if it is wide, a couple of things can happen here. Bad snap, which happened already, and the holder was able to recover on that extra point of theirs. And wide field goal, and it's you got your big horses on there defending, all bunched in nice and tight, and you got a speedy guy like Ben or Cormy out there. I don't know. How much confidence do you have in your specialty teams and your kicker to pull it off? It looks like they might be going for it. Yeah, they're going for it.
Don't see Cooper out there yet. Belanger's running out. Belanger's the punter as well, so they're going to punt this one
they
away.
might fake it. If I was them, I would punt it to the sideline.
Belanger, first punt of the game, only went for a couple yards. Since then, good. That time he has to punt it around a block. Oh, and the pylon just into the end zone. Oh, he missed a coffin corner by about an inch, but he will pick up a point.
That knocked the pylon over.
I don't know if I've
Nicely done.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before, actually. Look at how close this is. I mean, we are talking inches. There goes the pylon. So, actually, it'll go as a loss of yards here. Snap of the ball was at the 26, and after the Rouge, they're going to walk it up to the 35. But they do get the point. The Lightning ticked a lot of clock off on that drive. That'll leave just a minute and a half for this Cougars offense. Still time, especially Canadian football timing rules, but might have to get out of bounds. We'll see where they go. Issues at the mesh point again. And now Porfoon has been put into the blender.
Oh,
this
no.
Picked off. Kalinchuk with it. Nearly another pick six. He's taken down to the 10, and we got a flag at the end as well. Huge play for the Lightning. Kalinchuk with the pick.
Oh, that is another miscue by the Notre Dame offense on the exchange point. Left the quarterback out high and dry. He had to scramble, and I can't believe he actually threw that ball.
So there is a flag. Interception here should stand. Looked like this flag came at the end of the play, so it'll just be a difference in yardage, but this Lightning offense is going to come right back on the field.
We have illegal participation on one white. We're going to go from the point of the foul, half the distance to the goal line, first down.
So that means Porfoon stepped out of bounds and then came in and made a tackle. Maybe not a bad decision there.
Yeah.
Let's get another look. So you see the issues on the mesh point. And not a lot there. It looked like Porfoon might have been just kind of trying to throw it away and didn't realize the defender.
He stepped out of bounds and he came back in. He was the only one that was going to catch him.
Yeah, that's one as a coach. I'm sure you saved the touchdown.
Take your lumps.
Now tons of time, a minute 19 for this Lightning offense. First and goal from the 5.
Turn man coverage.
Quick toss into the backfield quickly. What a play there for Devin Ruiz. Loss of yards on first and goal. Sets up second.
It's a gamble when you don't, when you roll your safety down and you go man zero coverage and you bring that extra backer into the box or tackler into the box. Paid off that time. Loss of a couple, eh?
Loss of 4, it looks like, as they have him at the 9-yard line. So things getting tougher for the Lightning offense. See if that tackle from Porfoon comes into play. No, it will not. Another run to the inside. Touchdown, Lightning. Jax Lee, the grade 10 running back, scores to get the lead back, 14-7.
That is Kyle's bread and butter play, and it's been swallowed up probably 5 times tonight, except now they pull the guard, fake pitch left, and come back door counter.
Lots of confidence in your run game to do that from the 9, but really no reason not to so far. These two offenses have ran the ball well. Extra point attempt now for Sabo. Kick is up, and it's no good. They're going to say it's wide, so after the Rouge, it will stay 14-7. Guess it all evens out.
Yep.
So 2 costly interceptions here for Porfoon. Let's get another look at the touchdown.
Yeah.
Untouched.
A couple of pulling guards there.
See the extra point just a little bit wide.
We'll see how Notre Dame responds. 53 seconds left.
So as a coach here, you're down in the game, momentum a little bit against you again, but you've had a couple mistakes. Now, how aggressive would you be ending off the half here?
I would just execute, play, get a couple plays under the belt. I wouldn't try and stretch the field by no means. It's not a, do or die situation here. You want to keep the ball and not give up another bad interception or fumble. Just ball security. And if you break one, you break one.
Another kick bounces off one of the up men. It is taken by Kamgong Chakir. And he'll go down with his own 43. Whenever an up man fields it, Gary, I think you just want to get down, pick up whatever little yardage you can.
Usually it bounces off them. They're not known for their hands. They're there to be blockers, but they're told ball on it. Cover that ball, because most times when they try and scoop and think they can do something with it, they end up either kicking it or fumbling it around. But he did twice now. He's picked it up cleanly, nicely done.
51.7, Portsmouth tries to bounce it to the left, and another nice tackle for Lincoln Lazaruk, who's flashed a few times here in this first half. Don't think Notre Dame can quite run the clock out here.
Power eye bounced again. Here comes the motion under again.
Portsmouth, first down, and they'll be able to run the clock out. He'll get that. Still moving forward down at the 48.
Yeah.
Now you got 24 seconds. Still time for a few more plays if you can run your offense efficiently.
You got to think Ben or Cormier is going to get the ball here. Coming in motion on a jet.
Portsmouth again picks up about 6, 7. Now we got 8 seconds left, and that clock's going to be running on the snap, so maybe just time for one more play.
Do they dare try and get Ben in a one-to-one? Spread him out? I think Donovan's just going to be conservative here. Adam Donovan, the OC for Notre Dame. Ending the half coming, marching the ball 30, 40 yards isn't a bad thing.
Interesting. Looks like the Cougars have taken a timeout here, so they are going to try to get 2 plays off. They got 8 seconds, so regular football play takes you about 5, and Canadian football, you can snap the ball at zeros and run another play. It's not a hard stop once that clock hits. So time for 2 more plays here. We know that field goal range should be about 35, so they're still a ways away from that, but 1 play to pick up about 15 yards here, and you could attempt a field goal at least, or try 2 plays for 41. That would net you 7. That's what Notre Dame really wants.
Well, they got Ben on the outside. Okay, so watch him a one-on-one. Safety's cheating that side.
Belanger over top. And they are going to try to go deep. They are looking for McCauley. Porfoon steps up in the pocket, delivers it down the sideline, just misses. 0.3 seconds stay on the clock.
Ben ran, looked like a little zipper route. He kind of slanted in and then headed for the sideline.
See that double coverage, Belanger staying over top and just does not leave. And smart there for Porfoon not to throw it there. And now one last shot to the end zone for the Cougars.
This should be, barring a penalty, the last play of the second quarter.
Let's see, they're cooking up. Are they going to try and take a shot, it looks like?
Of course, lots of things can still happen here. You can get a flag thrown, try to draw the PI.
Okay, so Ben's outside. They are aware of it. There's safety sliding over on top of Ben. They're going to double coverage him. They got bunch right. Ben on ISO with the tight end set. You watch. Watch that tight end, number 24, right up the seam.
So 0.3 seconds left. See Macaulay at the bottom of the screen. And they'll look his way. Free rusher off the edge. Oh, it's a screen pass to Portsmouth. Makes one miss and taken down just inside the 25. Enough for a first down, but the Lightning are okay with that.
Yeah.
A little bit of trickery there.
And good play design. You knew the safety was going to slide over to cover, double cover Ben. And then they still have to worry about the backside tight end, too, on Ben's side. And I thought for a split second here, if that back had the whereabouts to know if he didn't spin to the inside, he could have looked to the outside. And he's a good little runner, as we've seen. He had some room to go to the outside, but he spun inside. And nicely done by both teams. Kyle's got to be happy with the score right now. I don't think he anticipated it being ahead at halftime. This is good for him. It looks like number 1 coming off there. He's a little gingerly on his toes.
Yeah, that's Ace and Bunch.
Might be an ankle.
So that will do it for the first half of football here in Red Deer. SSA Game of the Week. Lightning up 14-7. We also do want to take a moment to thank the Sport, Physical Activity and Recreation branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the SSA. The funds received from this area of government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for all Albertans. We got about 10 minutes left till we're back for the second half. Lightning up 14-7.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
SSA Game of the Week here at Great Chief Park at Center Field here in Red Deer. Connor Toffin, Gary LaGrange on this IC Live Procast. First Procast for a Game of the Week of the year. You get a look at the crowd tonight. It's a beautiful night. I mean, look at the top of that screen. Not a cloud in the sky. We are under the lights, and it is just a perfect night for football. The perfect Friday Night Lights feel here in Red Deer. And Gary, I actually used to play baseball just across here at Great Chief Ballpark. Beautiful, beautiful ballpark, and the football field is equally as beautiful. This is one of the best venues for sport, outdoor sport in all of Alberta.
Little bit of weird weather at times, but beautiful night, full moon, no wind.
Smoke has dissipated.
Yep.
We were worried about that, kind of like, I mean, I haven't heard anything official, but I'm sitting out at home like, am I going to be making that trip down? Do I need to leave work early on Friday? And it has just turned out absolutely perfect here. Now, it's kind of been an interesting game so far. We had that little delay off the top, lasted 15 minutes, and then we've seen some good running of the football from either side. The Lightning have controlled the game, but we have seen flashes from the Cougars that were ultimately, it came down to two mistakes, two interceptions from Lex Porfoon. One was a pick six for Belanger, and then the other one went down to about the 10, and then the Lightning scored shortly after as we get a look at some first half highlights. And without those two mistakes, you might not have any scoring on the board for Hunting Hills, even though their offense has been running pretty smooth.
Yeah, no, they've been playing. They came to play, and even minus those 14 points on Notre Dame's picks, I still think that's a very positive showing for Kyle's got to be happy, regardless of what the score is, that his team actually showed up and is competing with these Cougars.
And it has been mostly running for the Lightning so far, but when they have went to the air, they have looked quite often towards Owen Judd, and one of their players who was getting a bunch of touches, Asen Bunch, went down as well in that first half. And as they're running onto the field, I don't see Bunch with the team yet. So we'll put a star on that one because that would be a big loss for this Lightning offense. But thankfully for them, they have built this 7-point lead. And, yeah, don't see number one out there yet.
Yeah,
so
I don't expect to see him.
Yeah, he's likely out for the rest of the game. You don't run out of the tunnel with the team, and that'll probably take you out. The good thing is it did look like it might have been not a head or neck injury because he was limping off the field, and obviously you never want to see him up there. So, Bunch.
I guess if I had to take an injury, an ankle, a little bit of a tweak on an ankle versus a knee or a head injury.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much when you talk about those leg injuries. You know, it's football is a sport where it's a game of inches, and you take away that little extra step, and you're running at 95% and not 100, and that's oftentimes the difference of getting to the edge versus not. So sometimes it doesn't take much. Hunting Hills will get first possession here in the second half, up by 7. By the way, it doesn't look like there's even a touch of wind out there. Looking at the flags all around, and it is just absolutely nothing. So if they did defer opening, you're going to take the extra possession every time over the wind.
Yeah, we had some windy days this past week, off and on. It was pretty breezy this morning.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I wake up, it's raining, it's cold, and I'm like, oh, we must be playing football today. And then sometimes it likes to just settle down for you right as the players hit the field. And we are underway here for the second half of action. Belanger on the return down the right side across the 45. Good return and good opening field position for this Lightning offense.
Yeah, we'll see what Kyle can do with this Hunting Hills team. The first possession of the second half. I have a feeling that just the Dame is just wanting to pounce as a defensive unit and just get the ball back in their offensive hands. Just see how they respond here too.
From the 45.
Quick little counter again, inside trap.
Jax Lee scored a touchdown earlier, and he's going to pick up a first down. Lee is just a grade 10 running back, but is probably going to start to get a lot of touches. He's the backup with Bunch out.
Great opportunity for him. Nice little run. 10 yards on that. They keep going back, and Kyle likes to go with what works. Throws little wrinkles in now and then. You're gonna expect to see that under again, a little shovel pass. That's been successful for him to the edge back.
Lee, one of the lead backs last year it was a strong bantam team. This time they'll get it to Belanger. He's got his jersey being pulled from behind him, and a gain of 4 out to the 50. It feels like even when these Lightning runs are being stopped, they're still picking up positive yards.
Yeah, that back made a good adjustment. Notre Dame had the outside seal. He made a great cut to go north and south and go right up and hit a little seam. Looked like he was going to get for a loss, and he just managed to dig in and go for 4 yards.
2nd and 6 as the Lightning break the huddle. This time Cooper under center.
Tight set.
Hand it off to the man kind of lined up as a fullback there. It was Lee, and hard hit, gain of just a few.
Oh, that was a great secondary tackle by the nose guard, number 52 again.
Belcher has really flashed today. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Coaches so far in this game have played somewhat conservative. They have been punting in this situation, but maybe as we get later.
Is it tight set again?
Take a gamble or two.
There's an end
Make
around.
a handoff. Belanger, some room on the edge. Across the 40, Belanger being chased down by Coet. And he'll get inside the 30. A big gain on a 3rd down gamble pays off for the Lightning.
And sometimes when you change the front from a 5-man front to a 6-man front, you can catch that end, D end, and get a seal on him a little easier because he's not sure, well, I got outside. Do I go a little wider? Do I do 1 tech, 2 tech?
Lightning marching the football. Field goal or a touchdown would make it a 2-possession game against a Cougars team that has scored just 7 so far.
There's a boot.
Big time play action fooled me for a moment. Oh, it's in coverage. There's a flag on the play. Ball's on the ground, so they're going to call an incomplete.
Late hit, I think, by number 43 or 42.
Let's get the call.
Yeah.
Unnecessary roughness on the passer, the gain plus 15.
Big 15-yard penalty.
For my audio heads out there, the ref mic kind of popped off earlier. I have him at minus 40 decibels right now. If you know what that means, you'll know how crazy that is. So 15-yard penalty at the end of the play takes the Lightning to the 15.
That was almost picked off, too.
Yeah, first real dangerous throw. Cooper has really led a solid offense so far. Cooper under center. Flag on the snap of the football. Yep. Could be a free play. And that run got stuffed over the middle, but I think we might see a 1st and 5, unless that was an illegal formation. Let's take a look. I didn't see anyone on the line of scrimmage on that left side.
No, they were in the tight set. Tight left, and he might have been.
Could have been a guy off camera.
Offside, on blue. We're going to repeat the down 5 yards back.
Okay, they did call an offside, so one of the receivers just a step ahead.
Might have been that slot.
So that'll make it 1st and 15 now from the 20. Interesting decision there for head coach Ian Ratton on the Notre Dame Cougars to take that penalty. It looked like it might have been 2nd and 7 or so.
Yeah, the way they've been marching the ball, and, I'd rather back them up here a little bit too.
Makes that field goal tougher too. Of course, high school, nothing is ever automatic.
You look for that outside little run shovel. There it is.
Belanger pretty much gets right back to the same spot regardless, down to the 10-yard line.
The quick hitter for them is up the middle on a short trap. which is inside the 1 hole, or the long trap, the counter to that, which is in the 4, outside with pulling guard. And they've run that for years, and they're very good at it.
Second and 7 from the 12-yard line. Couple backs in for the Lightning offense.
And around again, cut it up, swallowed up by Notre Dame. Good job, Notre Dame.
We
Another
do
penalty.
have a flag near the end of the play. And that's going to be a big one. Not sure who it's against. Is this offense going back, or did they just get a free first down?
Well, it's in the end zone. I don't know if there was a holding call back there.
Of course, where we are on the field right now, this call is huge. Looks like it's going against the Lightning.
No, interesting what Ian does.
Holding on blue. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Okay, they're going to force him into a field goal. I guess a 10-yard penalty or force a 3rd down. Kick a field goal here, Kyle. Gonna still watch a fake.
Would have been 2nd and 17 from the 22. Instead, they go 3rd and about 5 here from the 10. So that'll leave the Lightning to a field goal attempt. Once again, nothing comes easy. The advantage here is that ball is right down the middle. 17-yard attempt for Dylan Sabo, linebacker and kicker. Kick is up, and that upright could have been about 3 feet wide, and he would have put it through. Beautiful kick there from Sabo, puts the Lightning up by 10.
Good job by the defense. Good job by the offense.
It's a pretty clean hold there. Laces out. No issue for the kicker. That's Cooper on the hold. Every quarterback should know how to hold.
Yep.
I always feel like sometimes those holders, those long snappers, especially at the high school level, if this comes down to a 3-point game, you know, it's the kicker gets the credit when they make, and they also get the most of the pain when they miss. But oftentimes it is on the operation, the timing, the long snapper, the holder. And that was a good conversion from all 3 on the Lightning. So that'll leave way for the Cougars offense. That Lightning drive took forever. And the Cougars call a timeout on play 1. Didn't see anything they liked, and that'll waste maybe a valuable timeout.
Yeah, I'm surprised. First play out that they're in a timeout situation. They were lining up in bunch left, tight right.
Stands pretty much full tonight. That side, the Lightning side, you see some smiles. They have a lot to smile about right now. Up 17-7 on the Cougars. This game, though, far from over. Last time I was here, Gary, I was commentating a few provincial games for IC Live, Alberta Bowl, and the first game, bit of a blowout. Second game went into overtime, and the third game there was like a 21-point comeback for Ernest Manning to win the top-tier championship. It was so excellent, and we've had some tight football games at this field over the years.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting, and it's not over, as they say, until it's over.
Here's a run across the 40, and maybe this is the path back for the Cougars. Run the football, pick up 6, pick up 7.
Yeah, Kyle is not going to change much here. He's going to stay. He's being successful with the under, the quick hitter trap up the 1 or 2 hole, and a long trap, and then throwing the odd little boot.
3 receivers out to the right, all in single coverage, it looks like, as the Lightning loaded the box again. Quick hitter. Oh, and that one could have been a big one as they find Philippek, but a tackle made. That is the risk of playing one-on-one. If that tackle isn't made, it's a Cougar touchdown.
Cover 0 on a quick slant.
That is Kalinchuk with a touchdown-saving tackle. Seen it a few times today.
Good job, seeing as they're missing number 1.
Another handoff. Portsmouth steps around the left side. Oh, he shed off the contact somehow. And picked up a couple more.
That is a very good, durable little back. He's getting yards after contact continually.
That was a big hit there from Kalinchuk. Not sure how Portsmouth stayed on his feet. Just a grade 10 player. Getting hit by a grade 12 DB coming in full steam. Portsmouth again. Good patience on the run. Waits for the hole, spins, and picks up the first down.
Yeah. Another 5 yards after contact there.
I don't think the 7 points on the board for the Cougars right now, Gary, is really indicative on how their offense has done so far. They've been moving the football.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the stats on their run game.
Player down here is Hunter Middleton, lineman for the Lightning. He's taken a seat. 4:53 left to go in this third quarter. Feels like they went on the Notre Dame side. They looked to McCauley 2, maybe 3 times on that first drive. Right now, it feels like the Lightning have kind of taken him out of the game.
Yeah, well, they have to honor him. And so far, you know, I would put my best DB on him, but it's hard to cover him when he goes in underneath motion. So that's when you can tell your safety, as soon as Ben goes under, you're rolling down hard. And communication, too, bumping your linebackers out to expect that under.
The Lightning have had some success with their cover zero. A couple plays ago, I think the Cougars might be looking back on that on film, on that little quick slant they hit.
That was close to being gone.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're playing against cover zero, if you can just get the ball in a receiver's hands, they only have one man to make miss. That's one tackle to make miss. But, of course, with a quarterback, especially a young quarterback, facing pressure, it becomes that much harder as well to deliver that ball accurately.
And that was a very accurate pass. Great timing on it. And number 2 made one heck of a play getting to the turf.
It was Kalinchuk. I made a mistake earlier, and I just realized that I called Philippek with the catch. Wrong number 7. It was McGuigan for the Cougars on the catch. Good pickup. Probably going to go to bed wishing he got a little more, though. 3 receivers out to the right again. Handoff. Oh, sorry, they'll fake it. They have a man. Here's McGuigan through the fingertips.
Oh, my. That was a broken coverage play. Worried about Ben in the bunch. Safety was cheating even to that side. Sam rolled out, and you were in an ISO situation on the back door. And I'm not even sure where number 7 came from. That's a little possum play Adam's been saving. He's been playing slot. And he was wide open.
Just missed. Looked like a decent throw from Porfoon. Just couldn't quite reel it in. Here's a quick hitter on the comeback route. Now going forward, they might have the first down. That is a well-timed throw.
To the tight end, looked like. Ben.
That was Ben McCauley.
Yep.
This is going to be really tight to the first down. I think they got it. They do.
And that play was picked off for 7 points, or 6 points.
It was. That was the one that Belanger returned about 30 yards. Hits this time. Maybe a sign of change here for this Cougars offense. Another play action off the fingertips of McGuigan again.
That's going to drive Adam nuts. He's a receiver by trade, and he reps those receivers continually in practice. There's a whole segment's dedicated to freaking throwing the ball as hard as he can and having quick hitters like that.
Adam Donovan, offensive coordinator for the Cougars.
Because that was going to go.
Portsmouth makes one miss, steps through a tackle and down to the 20. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Excellent run by that back again. Beautiful little inside run. Spread the defense out. I don't even know, like, that middle linebacker is busy tonight.
Cougars drive has taken over 3.5 minutes. Portsmouth once again, physical tackle. Philippek.
Yeah, halfback had to step up and do that one. They double teamed and scraped and sealed the middle off that. Everyone did their job offensively, just that defensively, number 7 made an outstanding play.
Gain of just 4. From the 17, Cougars could take the field goal to bring it within a touchdown, but they want more. Counter run as they give it to Cormier.
Very close.
He needed the 10, and that's about where he got. And this one's going to be tight.
He's spotting him short on the bar side of the field, and this side he's looked like they're giving it to him, or they might have to come for a measurement. No, they gave it to him.
Just enough. Looked like they needed just outside the 10, and that tip of the football is just inside that solid white line. There is a player down. Looks like some cramping issues for a Lightning player here as they're stretching out the thigh muscles. So it'll be a 1st and goal when we come back. Looks like that ball is just inside the 10, so can't pick up a first down. Have to cross that goal line into the end zone. This is a really big tipping point in this game here, Gary. 10-point deficit right now for the Cougars. The field goal's okay, like I mentioned, but that brings it to a touchdown, and they haven't had the ball in this great of field goal, or this great of field position so far, to score a touchdown. So it feels like a point where Notre Dame really needs to convert with a big score here.
And the way they've been running the ball, I would feel confident running it 3 times here. I would not settle for 3 points. 3 plays, 3.5 yards per carry, and they've been averaging better than that.
Yeah, it feels like they've been getting 6-7 every run here at least.
Mind you, it's a little tighter window down here in the end zone. They don't usually run a safety. So they'll go 0 cover more than likely and bring the extra man up into the box.
This is where a defense is more willing to sell out to stop that run.
Yeah.
Force you to beat them through the air. More things have to happen right, quite frankly, to complete a pass.
Yeah, Gino often said 3 things happen passing, 2 of them bad.
Portsmouth in the backfield. Portsmouth,
yeah.
Room through the line of scrimmage, 10 yards into the end zone, touchdown, Cougars back to within a score. We do have a penalty. This is well after the touchdown. It should stand.
Yeah, it'll be an unsportsmanlike probably comment. Didn't see any physical infraction. Yeah, and when I mentioned Gino, he's got his fingerprints all over the Central Alberta Football League, and he had this saying, if it's and buts were candies and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day. And he'd always say, 3 things happen when you pass the ball, 2 of them bad. So he's a big fan of power run game.
Unnecessary roughness on 34 White. It will be applied on the kickoff.
Oh, he did get an unnecessary roughness call.
Penalty is against James Morecambe. Still take that if you're the Cougars. And so extra point for Tyler Flett, the kicker. Yeah. Is up and right through. So 17-4. Good leg there, by the way. You always want to look on these extra pointers, see what the kicker's got. That one from Flett through the back of the end zone. And, of course, in the field goal game, that could come into play later.
I'm not sure what his older brother's name is. His older brother played last year. Was a kicker and was an absolute stud. He ended up playing defense for the ball and started on his first year of football and went a scholarship route for soccer. And that's his younger brother. Got talked into and thought he'd follow in his little bigger brother's footsteps and become a kicker too.
A little bit of a kicking dynasty there, I tell you what. Flett looked good on that extra point conversion. Looked smooth, grade 11 kicker. So much pressure on these kickers. You got 40, 50 people watching you from your own sideline and another few hundred oftentimes in the stands, and you miss, and they're all like, it looks easy. All you got to do is swing the leg. But, you know, if you've ever went out and tried, yeah, imagine those guys watching you, yelling at you all day. And
thought never even crossed my mind. It's a kicker having pressure.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause it's something I've never done.
It's always interesting at all levels to see kickers. And looks like they have a good one in flat. That kickoff goes out of bounds. So it'll be good starting field position. That unnecessary roughness penalty. The kickoff out of bounds, and the Lightning.
Smart play by that returner to let that go. He had a chance to field it.
See Belanger there too. Eyes up field, just making sure there's no one onside that can recover.
Notre Dame's going to be thinking of getting a good stop here defensively. Huntington Hills has been able to move the ball.
We have procedure on the kickoff. We're going to move about 25 yards to the point to kickoff. First down.
Wow.
They're calling a procedure. So midfield is where the ball is for the Lightning. Last drive took about 6 minutes. And we are getting to that point of the game. Of course, 12-minute quarters, so we got just under 14 and a half left. You spend another 6 minutes and score a touchdown. That's going to make it awfully tough on the Cougars.
Yeah, big defensive responsibilities here for the defense. Oh, that's a little bit of a hold.
And there is a flag thrown. Could have been a gain for Lee, but I believe this one's coming back. I'm actually calling it a face mask here.
Yeah,
That's
that happened in behind. I was looking at the sideline here, but
see there.
Oh, yes.
It was Thiessen, I believe. I'm talking it over with the Cougars. It would be second and a long 5, but it should be a 15-yard call here, so they're going to march him back.
Unnecessary roughness on the face mask. 15 yards back, first down.
So first and 25. Maybe this is what the Cougars need.
Well, you got to think Kyle might go back to that little screenplay they had.
Kind of one of those drives here where you're to first and 25. Any sort of yardage here would be a big plus. Even if you do have to punt it away, you pick up 20 yards. It's big in the field position game in these close games. Lightning want everything, though.
Tight end set. There's the end around.
We do
Cuts
have
right up.
a
Big
flag
hole
on the snap. Belanger across midfield got all the penalty yardage back, but this one might be coming back again. Was on the snap of the football.
That was a beautiful executed play. I don't know what the penalty is, but that was a big hole.
Coming back again.
Offside on blue, lining up in the neutral zone. We're going to repeat the down.
Oh boy, that's a bad one to take.
Might have been one of the linemen or the bottom of the screen there, possibly Judd. Just a step ahead.
Well, we're in a tight set, so even if he comes up to the line and he's a little bit lazy there and he crosses before the snap.
By the way, any body part behind the line of scrimmage means that you're onside. And full body has to be over. So now first and 30. Cougars defense picking up some yards. Here's a pitch to the outside. Ball's out!
Good hit.
And the Lightning are back on top.
Number 87 just buried a shoulder into the ball and popped it loose.
And Lee is slow to get up.
He's looked like he might be knocked down the wind.
He's out of breath, and
You've been there, done that.
it was Thiessen recovering it. So we'll stay Lightning football. There's a second player down on the play as well for the Lightning. And is that Ryder Cooper dealing with some cramps? And starting quarterback, we go down, trainers come out, and we'll have to leave for a few plays here. Hudson Voice listed as the backup. Sometimes you'll see someone else come in, though. A lot of players play multiple positions, so A couple important players down here on the field. Jax Lee came into the game as the backup running back, but Bunch got injured. He'll be out. Now Cooper down with cramps. One of those things, cramp-wise, first game of the year, this is usually something that happens a little more often early on in the season, as players' bodies just aren't used to all these reps yet.
No, because in practice, I mean, you're getting sometimes, you're 30 to 1 when it comes to hitting the practice field all week long, and then you're briefly into the game. But when you're playing both ways and you're going flat out, you're not hitting your buddy or the same color jersey, and believe me, these guys are competing, and you might not get a chance to just hydrate, or you forget.
Yeah.
You forget.
And Cooper needs some help off the field here. It does look like just cramps. However, unfortunately, Jax Lee is still down, and there's only a few more running backs listed on the roster. They got Maddox Wilson, linebacker and running back in grade 11, Roman Landon, a grade 10 running back, as well as Noah Bootsma, a grade 10 running back. So a few more, but none that have played significant snaps yet for this Lightning offense. And you do roll through all backs in practice. Everyone's going to get their snaps, but this could be a key loss here, as Lee is still down. 3 trainers around him. And he did take quite the shot there.
Like, it looked like someone might have been wrapping up his legs, and he spun right as the other DB came in there and buried his shoulder into his midsection there and popped the ball loose. So, could be, something hyperextended knee or bent over backwards a little bit.
I don't want to speculate too much. Obviously, a guy goes down, and could be any number of things. As he said, he got twisted up, but he also got hit hard. They look like they had this happen once to me before. It looks like they might be stabilizing the head and neck area for Lee. One trainer's over top. You see the arm on either side. Don't have the best angle for it myself, but unfortunately, this is a reality of football. These things can happen, and they're going to go through every single check with Jax Lee before they try to move him around too much. And ultimately, in the end, these are high schoolers. They're kids, and every precaution is going to be taken, even if it's more than is absolutely necessary.
Good thing he's moving.
Yeah, we have seen movement on the extremities, so that's a good sign.
And they're telling him not to, of course. And just making sure. You got to get hit in the sternum, maybe. I don't know.
At first,
I initially thought he was knocked out of wind.
Yeah, just kind of the way the chest was moving there, but obviously maybe an abundance of precaution, hopefully an abundance of precaution here for Lee. And it looks like they do have him stabilized. And if a trainer isn't comfortable moving a player, if they suspect there might be a spine injury or a neck injury, just play it cautious. Don't move the player. And it looks like the officials are going to send both teams to their sideline. And the other portion of this is there is a game being played. It could be so tough, Gary, for a player to go out after a hit like this and play their next down.
Even if it's next week
or
the week after. We've had multiple kids that we had high hopes for, and one of them, you take a big hit to the head and you get your brain knocked a little bit around and you're dizzy and concussion and the headaches. And we've had 2 kids that didn't come back and weren't the same player. Little tentative. He's up.
That's a really good sign. Lee to sit up. We were just about to throw to break. And of course, this doesn't mean everything. There's possibly still an injury there. Something like this. Be surprised to see Lee back in this game. But, these trainers feeling comfortable enough to sit him up, that's a really, really good sign. I've been through this before, Gary. I've been on that side of neck injury. I was a goalie in hockey. and I got a knee to the head as I was diving to cover a puck. I spun around, and they ended up calling the hospital for me, and it's, it sucks that you have to go through this, and, you don't want to read too much onto something initial like this. You kind of want to see how the player responds later on. And the trainers also did a great job. I always want to give credit to the trainers. They're underappreciated in football. They're some of the most important members of the staff. Of course, guys like you, the head coaches, get all the glory.
Yeah.
The trainers so often are the ones that are even the reason why these players are able to, A, stay healthy first and foremost, and B, when there's, those little bruises or tinier injuries, they're able to get them out on the field, whether it's taping up a finger. And this is their most important function, is injury on the field. They were out there immediately, and the good news is there was no time in terms of assessing the injury, making sure they stabilized Lee, and they are still partially stabilizing that head and neck area. And I've unfortunately seen this a lot, as I'm sure you have too, and they're handling this very, very well right now, which is great to see.
It's concerning and frustrating at the same time, because you're concerned for the kid's safety, and I know both teams are concerned right now, and it's really hard to get dialed back in. And especially in a tight game, when you establish a flow and you gotta almost start over.
Right.
But good that he's moving his legs a bit gingerly.
Yeah, he's gingerly, with the help of teammates, walking off the field, but hopefully, worst case scenario has been avoided here. I think it's everyone's least favorite part of football. It's a reality of the game. It is physical, and the other good news, I didn't see anything dirty on the hit itself.
No,
it was
a
shoulder into the chest.
Great hit that popped the blue. It changed possession. I mean, what more do you want from a defensive guy, coach, when your player comes up and he's that hungry, got a little bit of mean gene in him, and comes in and they hits like that, once or twice a game maybe. And it's unfortunate that he was left in a vulnerable spot, but Hunting Hill still possesses the ball.
So we will reset. Minute and a half left to go here in the third quarter. Quick flip to Belanger, and he'll move forward. Remember, that was a 2nd and 24, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 17. It'll be interesting to see now, down 2 running backs. They might have to look towards Belanger over and over again, as they kind of already have.
Yeah, even here, I wouldn't put it past Kyle to fake it. I mean, you call fake first, worry about it's about getting possession of the ball if I was in Notre Dame. Make sure you force that punt. Sure, he punts it. Don't give up the big yards to a fake.
Weston Keelock and Ben McCauley back to return. Clean boot by Belanger. Enough hang time, coverage team down there. Ball bouncing around the 40. There will be no yards. No return, though, for McCauley. End up as a difference of about 15 yards or so if they take the penalty.
Yeah, those penalty sequences hurt Hunting Hill's ability there to maintain possession and move the ball a little bit. That's stymied their offense a little. See if Notre Dame can take advantage of this.
No yards, 5-yard penalty from point to ball dead, first down.
So this is Notre Dame's version of H-back balanced.
Hand off here on a sweep to Ben McCauley. McCauley stiff arms one defender, picks up 15. First down. And this Cougar offense is starting to move the sticks more and more.
Really liked the motion from that H-back to pause a little bit as he came across the formation. Looked like he was going to set, and then was the lead blocker for that end around. That takes a lot of timing and reps.
Quick screen out to the right side. Ben McCauley. Excellent tackling there by the Lightning. We do have a penalty at the end of the play. It's interesting. I think the Cougars have picked up on it. Lightning were playing zone over there. It looked like they only had 3 defenders to set up that screen. And once again, you just got to make one miss.
Yeah, they were blitzing the outside.
It's going to be a piling on call here.
Right there. Yeah.
Unnecessary roughness. Dead ball foul. 54 blue piling
That was
on.
a big
First down.
unnecessary penalty. When you drive your forearm into a defensive player that's already on the ground, yeah, I'm glad the refs caught that.
Handoff. Portsmouth. Little running lane over the middle. Good pick up on first down.
That guy's like trying to catch a squirrel going home. He finds little holes, scurries through them. Great little running back. We'll hurry up offense.
Another grade 10 running back as well. They're really flashing today. Quick handoff trying to get to the edge. This is Cormier tripped up at the 10. And it should be enough for the first down. That was the last play of the third quarter.
Excellent tackle by that DB of Hunting Hills. Cormier's not a small boy.
So 17-14 is the score at the end of 3. Cougars looking to possibly take a lead as we come back in a few minutes for the fourth quarter.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
We are back. Great Chief Park here in Red Deer. Connor Toffin, Gary LaGrange on this IC Live Procast here at Center Field. Beautiful night for football. We are under the Friday night lights. Gary, we got 30 seconds until this next quarter. Lex Porfoon in the first half. The big story was those 2 interceptions, but in the third, he's come back and played really clean football.
Yeah, it hasn't rattled him at all. He has shown that he's he's got some reps back there and some experience. And Adam's not afraid to throw the ball.
First IC Live Procast for the SSA Game of the Week. And we got another tight one here. I have, as I mentioned earlier, just been blessed to great games here in Red Deer.
So we're going to either see that inside run from the back with Ben or Cormier coming in jet motion underneath. There goes the H-back. There goes the jet. Gave it to Ben. No, he didn't. That fooled me.
Didn't fool the defense.
Nope.
Portsmouth caught up at the line of scrimmage. That quarter break can be big for a defense. Cougars were running the ball, and lost 2 here on the first play.
Okay, they got ISO on number 7. They're in a man.
Quick screen pass out to McCauley. McCauley can't get past the defender. That was Kalinchuk with the tackle, and that's going to set up 3rd and goal.
So what do you
About
do?
the 8, yeah. Field goal could tie it. Must be tempting as a coach. Just go for it every time. You want touchdowns, right?
Head coach, you're tying it. Oh, see? He's going to want to throw that
Right.
slant to number 7 and
Yep.
get him in that ISO.
If you go for it here, worst case scenario, Lightning
Okay.
don't have great field position. We'll see if they're just trying to get him to jump. They have looked at a snap count a couple times. No snap count here. They're going. Trying to get to the edges. Ben McCauley into the end zone. Touchdown. Gutsy call.
Nice seam. Nice seam.
And McCauley with a huge score. Makes it 20-17. And the Cougars take their first lead of the game.
Good call, gutsy call, and you got that premier back in Ben. Why not? He's going to smell the end zone from there and want it.
Big extra point here. Tyler Flett out to kick here and puts it right down the middle again. So that'll make it a 4-point game. So no field goal for the Lightning can tie it.
It's another Flett boy playing football like his dad did, and his uncle, and his older brother in the Dame program.
So now the Lightning, remember they are now down 2 running backs as well. Bunch is out for the game, Lee out for the game, a couple of injuries. And an offense that likes to run the football
Yeah,
is down to 3rd stringers there right now. Now down by 4. Very different second half from what we've seen in the first. First half, after we left, 14-7 for the Lightning. But the Cougars on a 14-3 run. There's only been a few possessions here as well in this second half. Both offenses taking their time with the football as the return takes the Lightning just outside the 35.
yeah, the Lightning are going to have their hands full. Let's see how well they handle this series. It's a big offensive series for them. Because as an OC, and I know Kyle likes to be in control, like, he knows what his certain backs will do. And to have confidence in certain plays, and then do I call it with a 3rd string back when maybe the reps haven't been there as much? We'll see what he does.
Quick screen play out to the left side. They find Judd. Works forward across the 40. Another good
4 for
first down
4 on
play.
that play, if I'm not mistaken. He's been there every time he needs it.
Just a gain of 3, they'll say. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
So Dame should be in a zone coverage, 2nd and long.
So Liam Coley, that's number 20 into the game. At running back now, listed as just a linebacker.
Yeah, and you've seen the fullback giving direction to the tailback there, which hole to go through.
Well, we got a flag at the end of the play here. It would have been short of the first down. I totally lost sight of the football. But a flag here is not sure who
15
this
yards.
is on, and it is against the Cougars. Like another one on the tackle. And it's another piling on call.
Yep, 15 yards. A little over aggressive.
That's a big penalty. Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. For a lot of these players that have actually played reps so far, it's their first high school football game at the senior level. Doesn't really get much better than this. Lightning bringing in a bit of a younger team this year. But they've looked good. It kind of scares you a little bit for what they're going to look like in the next year or two after this even too.
Yes.
They look good now, but you get visions of what could be. Belanger looking for room down the right side, and an excellent tackle made by Ethan Poirier, linebacker for the Cougars. And another flag on the play.
Yeah,
this one against the offense.
They've shown a lot of poise, Hunting Hills.
Going back 10, first down.
Poirier, linebacker from Team Alberta U17 program, also played in the U17 Western Canadian Showcase. Another guy that's just a grade 11 player. Ryder under center. Two backs, he's going to drop back to pass. Ryder over the middle, short.
Yeah.
And it was well covered. In the end, it was Levi Stewart getting a hand on it. Grade 10 player.
You see Kyle's gone to the pass a little bit more because I don't know if that tailback is as familiar as the other two. There's a little bit of hesitation in the backfield, and right now, if that back hesitates, then you're going to run into exchange problems and assign wrong holes. The last two offensive plays have been passes and one penalty.
2nd and 20.
Back to his big cut up.
Belanger has some room here. Can he get to the edge? Cougars forced him back inside. And in the end, it was Colton Balaneski. He's been good today. Ends up picking up the tackle. Gain of 11.
That was a great run. Inside cut, bounced out, inside cut again, bounced out, and almost had it.
See why their coaches preach always get the guy to cut to the inside. If he gets to the edge there, he could be gone.
And we're, as defensive players, they're attack inside out for the linebackers and outside in for the halves and corners.
That'll bring out the punting unit on 3rd and 9. Belanger stands on his own 47. High punt, angled towards the sideline, out of bounds outside the 30.
Showing a lot of respect to Ben back there. They don't want to see him return the ball if they can help it.
So the Cougars now came into this half down by a touchdown, took their first lead of the game on their last possession. As I mentioned, we've seen some longer drives here, Gary, and 7:37 left. They got a chance here. Take some time off, you get a score, and this could cement the game. But Lightning are still thinking, hey, we get a stop, 2 and out, and we get the ball back with 6+ minutes left. And those 3-minute timing rules haven't even taken into account yet. So lots of time left.
There is.
They'll fake the handoff. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. One of the D linemen, I think it was Julio Gutierrez Ruiz, might have got a hand on it. Excellent play. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
And you got to think, as being the Cougars, you're not happy with the results so far. I mean, yeah, you have the lead, but generally speaking, they should have been able to play a lot of backups here, being able to get them in.
Excellent play there by Gutierrez Ruiz. Don't see that too often at the high school level. Those D linemen making those reads to tip it. Handoff here on 2nd and 10 is going nowhere. No room for Cormier. Lightning were all over it. Didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 12. Punt team's coming out and the Lightning get the ball back.
Well, that just changes things, doesn't it? Oh, my. Great defensive stand by the Lightning.
Lincoln Lazaruk Big grade 11 linebacker worked his way over there. So we got a 3rd and 12. And this is a big punt play. Important for the Lightning here too, down 2 running backs. Special teams return could go a long way, getting them back in this football game. Good punt here off the foot of Cormier, taken by Belanger at his own 50. Gets about 8 on the return into Cougar territory.
Nice tackle by number 34. These guys, there's a lot of hungry, as we would call them, dogs. And you let the dogs out, they're attacking and they're very aggressive. It's good to see.
So football's interesting, right? Pick up 2 injuries in a game. It's football, right?
Yeah.
But when you get 2 injuries at the same position group, it's what we're seeing right now in the CFL with the Riders and with a few wide receivers being down. And I think to the 49ers last year in their running back injuries with McCaffrey, Garendo going down, Joe
look
Mason
at this.
going down. Here's a pass and a completion.
Okay,
Benjo gets the first down. And that is one way to play without running backs. Play number 5. Pick up 18.
yeah, they got a backup DB in there playing a little bit deep in cover 3.
First and 10 from the 38. So as I was saying, you get those injuries that pile up in the same position group, and that can kind of shut down a run game. And now you're kind of forced to throw the football, especially down by 4.
Yeah.
Coley stays in the backfield. They're going to go to the air again. Cooper didn't see anything, so just kind of plunged himself forward from a yard, maybe 2. Took a hard hit at the end as well, and Finn Waddle, offensive lineman, just picked up his quarterback and manhandled him back to his feet.
And you got a rookie out there on the corner, number 23, grade 10, and another 19, I think. Trying to get him some playing time. I don't know if I would call this game over, and they're inside the 45 or 35, and there's still a big threat.
Cooper to the air, trying to go to the sideline, pressure, finds a receiver, excellent throw, makes a man miss, picks up the first down.
Yeah.
Owen Judd makes a great play, and oh boy, did Cooper ever have to get rid of that ball quick. Throw.
Here comes a substitution.
See the pressure there right into the face, but can't put it any better than that.
And Kyle's gone to the air a lot more now.
It's probably a play that Cooper going to put on tape. Maybe Judd as well, as he made a couple guys miss to finish it off. Inside the 20. They'll give it to Belanger on the sweep. Contact behind the line of scrimmage. Makes one miss, but swarming effort.
There is your grade 12, or whatever grade he's in, number 52, coming right across the field and making a tackle out in the flats, secondary tackle. That's a nice engine there. This late in the game, to have a lineman with that much steam and will and tenacity.
Got another Lightning player down here, and that's Belanger.
That's a big load that he took.
Yeah, the skill players here for the Lightning keep going down. Looks like they're stretching out that leg of Belanger, so likely another cramp. We've seen Cooper go down with cramps earlier as well. 21-17 with just over 4 minutes left. Of course, once again, if you're down on the field, trainers come out to see you. You got to miss a few plays. So on 2nd and 13, they really want Belanger out there, and they're not going to have him, even if he is okay, which I believe it is just cramps.
This is a teeter-totter game. It's a lot closer than I anticipated. I think both coaches didn't foresee this. Kyle maybe had a sniff. He was downplaying it a little bit, but you know, his team has executed when they had to, and defensively come up big on a couple of picks to keep them in this game. And right now, they've got a shot. 2nd and 12. They're in scoring position here.
Good crowd here tonight. Stands have been full, and so much good support for high school football right now in Alberta. It feels like every game we do, there's always a good crowd out. Seen some really big ones as well.
Well, these are two big schools that are football field apart. The Cully-Cut Center, Swim Aqua Center, and Fitness Center is the only thing dividing them. Our practice fields are like within almost, you can almost see them practicing on the other side. They're just around the corner, kind of hiding from Dame, or vice versa.
It's always so fun as a high schooler, kind of some nights that you can look back on and remember, come out, watch a football game with your friends, even if you're not really a fan. Kind of come out, support your friends, have some fun, yell at your rival school a little bit. I wouldn't know anything about that, never done it myself.
Oh, when you see the lights on down here in the fall from downtown Red Deer, no matter where I was, and I was out of football for about 10 years after high school, I'd always stop in and see who was playing and catch 15 minutes a game, wherever it was. From up on top of the hill, you can look in from the street up top and see the fog on the field. The lights call you home.
Boulanger still down, getting that calf work done. I think one of my favorite things about this is it's a really unique setting. Football at the college level, sometimes the high school level, at the pro level, it's always played in a big bowl. Our camera is shooting away from the crowd here, but you get like this nice kind of tree, forest background, and it's just a really good setting for football. And other thing of note as well is if you have trees back there, and as I mentioned earlier, I used to be a baseball player, and it's a good backdrop for the receivers and the returners just to see the ball as well.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of distraction on that side of the field. We had players run to the crowd.
Right.
Actually, to get recognized. We had a kid, we'd call a 38 pitch or whatever, and he'd run a 37 because it was going to the crowd. I go, what happened? What are you doing? Oh, I missed the play call. Oh, okay. But he did it so often that, okay, we figured that out. He was trying to get seen. But behind those trees is the rivers down here, and Bower Ponds. There's 3 little ponds, and they have skating in the winter down there, and all paddle boards in the summer and canoes and stuff. It's a real little bustling place down here. And then the July 1st, they set up fireworks down here from there, which you can see across the river, and people go up there and watch the fireworks celebration. July 1st, Canada Day.
See some of the crowd clapping there, rather. Boulanger off mostly under his own power. Some of the fans tried to start a wave, didn't really get going too far.
Okay, let's see if Notre Dame's defense can hold them down. Pass again.
Cooper
going for the end zone.
To the end zone, to the goal line. Little bit of a push off. No flag, but it falls to the ground anyways. They were targeting Benjo again.
That would have been interesting if that was caught.
Look at the eyes of Cooper. Wanted him the whole way. Never got off that first read. See that defender kind of falling back as Coet didn't really have much to do there as he was getting pushed away. And looks like we have another player taking a knee here for the Lightning. This time, Julio Gutierrez Ruiz, who came up with that big pass deflection a couple of plays ago.
Now, sometimes in situations like this, when you're out of timeouts and you have a rookie in there, or sometimes we as coaches sometimes like, hey, we need you to take a knee and just make sure you're okay. Let the trainer come out and see it. As you can see, Kyle's not wasting this unfortunate little timeout, unofficial timeout to talk to his quarterback.
Yeah, obviously not sure ever on one like this, but you were down on that sideline once yourself.
Yeah.
And
I'm guilty of it. I don't think there's a coach out there that's not been guilty of that at least once.
Gutierrez Ruiz, key part of these lines. Looks like he's able to walk off the cramps, and the ball's down at the Cougar 22 on a very important 3rd and 13. So Cooper, the quarterback, getting instructions from head coach Kyle Sedgwick. And they need to get down inside the 9. That yardstick almost looks closer to the 8. So they got to go here. Down by 4. Field goal doesn't do much good.
No, they put on a buff. What are they doing? They just subbed out 4 players.
Oh, hold on. Cooper's the quarterback, but he's also the holder. So the kicker's coming out. Dylan Sabo.
Really?
Go for the field goal here and try to make it a 1-point game.
Be careful.
29, 1 returner back is Ben McCauley waiting in the end zone. Kick is up from Sabo. It has the leg, but it's wide. Now McCauley gets a chance to return. Fielded it in the air, brings it out of the end zone. Trying to get to the wide side. McCauley across the 5, and he's taken down. This ball's going to come out a little further. So a missed field goal, Cougar possession.
That
still
was
a 4-point lead.
A strange call by Kyle with 3 minutes left.
Sabo had more than enough leg here. And just pulled it to the left. Operation looked clean.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't try and take a shot down the sideline again. They're plagued with injuries right now, I guess.
So one thing of note, catching your first high school game, first one of the year, and maybe just forgot, returners on those missed field goals at this level will always try to bring it out because that ball comes out to the 20 regardless. So even though McCauley was tackled at the 10, it comes out those extra 10 yards anyways. If he goes further, they put it down there. Here's a big run for Portsmouth as he gets taken down by Kalinchuk. Big pickup, 18, maybe 19 yards for the first down.
Another player down.
Another Lightning player down along the line of scrimmage.
Got to talk to Kyle and tell him to improve his hydration program. Coach Hunting Hills. It's been a hot week. And some of these teams do 2-a-days at the beginning of the year.
We got the roller out, so it is just a cramping issue again. Not sure what these two teams did. Not sure if you heard Gary, but I know with the smoke around, some teams had to move practices inside or cancel practices as well. I don't know if it was as bad here as it was Edmonton.
No, I don't think it was. It was, you could still see. It wasn't like you couldn't see 2 kilometers. You could see the smoke and not really smell it too badly. We did have some breezy days, but the heat was there. Definitely reached 30 degrees last week.
2:59 to go in this football game. Cougars can run the ball, and if they are successful, they can run this clock out. Do want to take a moment to thank all those that have put in the work to make this game happen. I want to thank the Sport, Physical Activity and Recreation branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the ASAA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans. So Gary, Hunting Hills, they need to stop right now, a couple more first downs, and this clock really starts to tick down. You need that stop, you need to stop the run, and they still got to go out and score a touchdown with that missed field goal as well.
There's not too many times I found myself laughing on a football field. It's always been pretty intense and, pretty matter of fact and businesslike and demanded that from the players. But I just got a chuckle out of this guy down there. He tried to get up. Unfortunate for him, he's cramping probably pretty bad in the calves. That guy's working on him. He tried to get up, and he just gave up. He flopped back down like a dead fish. Like, no, this isn't working. Yeah,
it's like those calf cramps you get at night. It's kind of the same thing, and yeah, it's they're not fun. I mean, I've had a million different injuries, and cramps still rank on the pain scale as much as every one of them, pretty much.
He doesn't want to get up. 2 big fellas come to help him out. And now he's walking off under his own power. Kids are funny.
Still a little bit of a limp there. Also of note, didn't mention it earlier, but on that return from McCauley, important return there. Kept the Rouge off the scoreboard for the Lightning. Of course, even if they missed the field goal, if they were to pick up that point, would have brought it to a field goal game. And yeah, that's what you were giggling at. Okay, yeah. I see now. Yeah, nope, I'm good, Coach. So important plays here. 1st and 10 from the 38 here for the Cougars.
Balance set. Expect to see just power run game here from Dame.
Quarterback Porfoon leading this offense, looks at the clock, waits for some clock to tick down. Now they're going out wide. And that'll be a good pickup on 1st down. About 7 for Cormier. Risky there to go backwards on 1st down, but it works this time. It's been working. This Cougars team returning 14 starters on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Combined, obviously, not 14 on one side. Have lofty goals this year. Want to be ranked top 8 of the 5A division.
Offside. That was
be a free play. Yep. They're going downfield. They have a man and couldn't find him. They had Weston Keylock. He stopped his feet, though, so he was overthrown by Porfoon.
It'll be a 1st down for Notre Dame. Dame did a little bit of a false start there, drew him offside.
Good job by Porfoon there. Realized he had the free play.
Yeah, so almost pulled that off.
Offside on blue. The penalty results in a 1st down.
That'll bring it out to the 49.
Looks like Adams just going to stay in that bounce set, go under center.
Part of that game where the O-linemen love it. Just run, 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 run. Here's one for Portsmouth. Tied up at the line of scrimmage. Still,
stripped.
Ball's out, and the Lightning are on it.
Wow.
What a change of events. The Lightning are back in it.
That was a great, you always tell your kids there to try to strip that ball, especially under the 3-minute mark. Try to get that turnover. And he definitely did that.
That was Gutierrez Ruiz first contact. And there's number 44, Lucas Plumley, the grade 10 player, before Kalinchuk falls on it. Huge play for Plumley to strip it away. The Lightning are alive. 52 yards is what they need to get in the end zone.
I'm on a teeter-totter here. Holy moly.
Just as you thought it might have been over. Quick pass out to the right side. They find Judd. Good gain on 1st down. They pick up 6.
I expect Kyle to do the keep passing and do that underplay of his. I don't think you're going to see a run middle here unless it's really short yardage.
Lots of time here for the Lightning. 2:21 left in this game. And they'll take a timeout here. Stops the clock, using it early.
Number 9 for Hunting.
It's Cooper, the quarterback.
Yep. I didn't realize how small he was.
Yeah, not a very big player, but you don't really notice it when he's on the field. Cooper drops back to pass. Gets to his 3rd read, and it's just a bit high for the receiver. And there is a flag in the backfield. One of the defenders has his arms up. Nixon Boucher. Is this a roughing the passer? Flag was in the area of the quarterback. This could be big. Cougars are saying it's against the Lightning.
Holding on blue. Repeat 2nd down. 10.
Not a good time to take a holding play. Holding call.
That'll bring it to 2nd and 14 instead of 3rd and 4.
I guess if you're told to protect that little quarterback of theirs, and he's going to get lit up. He's got a pretty strong arm for a small guy.
Cooper scans over the middle. Oh, there's a small window, and it was closed right away by Cam Gong. Chakir.
Yeah, I'm impressed with him. You know, to command that offense the way they have and not be afraid to throw that ball like that. He's pretty accurate. He's not intimidated there by the defense.
Interesting call here. 3rd and 14. Thought they were going to go for it, but the punting unit is out. Belanger out, standing just outside his own 40.
You never know. 2 minutes seems like very short time, but things can turn around in a hurry.
Belanger, they're not going to fake it here. It's angled straight towards the sideline, and not going to be a
very good kick.
Big net difference on that one. So the Cougars will take over on their 48. Game not over yet. 2 minutes left. But the Lightning need a quick stop. They got it last time, courtesy of a strip by Lucas Plumley. Tough to do it twice, though.
Yeah. I expect Dame to stay in their bounce set and run the ball. Power run. With those jet motions in play.
We'll go backwards again. Macaulay on the sweep. Somehow made a man miss. Still working forward. Keeps those legs moving. Not quite there, but turns what could have been a loss into a gain of 9.5. I'll actually call him out at just 9.
That was a good piece of running.
You get a loss there. You're looking at 2nd and long, and you're putting that ball back again.
You had to belly out there quite a bit to get outside.
Now just a yard away, might make it 3 down territory. Clock keeps ticking. Actually, it did go out of bounds, so 1:52.
Oh, procedure, yep.
Looked like some early movement there from James Morecom. That'll bring up 2nd and 6.
That's a bad penalty.
Little eager to get out there and get the block going. You see that little bit of a lean forward. That's all it takes. Usually see a defender jump there as well.
Well, they were blitzing.
Right, we're going backwards.
Hunting Hills was set up to blitz the outside. And Brent rolling the safety down there in 0. Cover 1, cover 0. There it is, it's huge.
Big run, Portsmouth, huge hole! 1st down. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle there by Philip Peck, but 1st down was all that the Cougars needed. 1:46 to go, and they are starting to taste victory.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you blitz the outside like that, and he runs just off tackle.
Here's another sweep. This time they're looking for Cormier. Cormier steps to the outside, another 1st down. And it looks like he stayed in bounds as well, which will keep that clock ticking.
You know who's a little bit unsung here is number 34, James Morecom. He is the one that's sealing those edges for Cormier and Ben. He's the fullback, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, listed as running back, but playing a fullback type of role.
Yeah.
Fullback, tight end, kind of one of those similar positions in Canadian football. See you guys kind of lining up both ways. This time he'll be the lead blocker once again.
Yeah.
Running play, and this time the Lightning get into the backfield. No room. And
another calf muscle.
Player down here for the Lightning. This is Logan Miller this time. And yeah, looks like it could be hopefully just another cramp. 1:04 to go. 2nd and long coming up for the Cougars after this injury break. Bit of resilience for the Cougars in this game. Didn't have the 1st half that they wanted to.
No. A few hiccups, defensive and offensive penalties and a couple of interceptions made this game pretty tight. And Hunting Hills did an excellent job just hanging into this game, and especially with late in the second half here with the injuries that they've sustained at running back. They managed to hang around here, and it was not over. Kyle's got to be very happy with the with the performance of his team, because he's just going to be moving forward and getting better every week. And I mean, a veteran team like the Cougars have, they'll continue to get better too. And this is a good little wake-up call for them to say they're not going to be a pushover across the road there.
Talked earlier in this game about how teams can they play together at the junior level, they develop chemistry. Part of it for the Cougars is kind of a unique set of circumstances. I have it that there's 3 sets of twins on this team. Ben and Brad McCauley, Steele and Jet Wagner, and Reese and Cole Belcher. A lot of those players have flashed today. Also, a set of triplets. Yeah. Nate Alexander, Matt Alexander, and Luke Alexander. Lots of brothers. Chemistry is good. We've a minute left to go here. And
they also have a set of twins. I think one of them is helping out Coach. McLeod twins we were playing when we played, and it was kind of funny. They were both guards. And we had one play where it was one of them had to pull. And they would argue, which one of us is pulling? Well, it's a 34 trap. I'm pulling. So is it in your left or my right? Well, they both pulled and ran into each other. And fell down. And we always teased them about that. And they'd get in a fight. They'd be just like mad at each other. But they're good boys. And it's good to see them coming back to help out the program.
Got a stoppage on the field here. I believe the Lightning had one more timeout left. They call it stop that clock. So ball down at the 26. 2nd and 10 here for the Cougars. Lightning still with just a bit of time. If that is it for their timeouts, if the Cougars keep it on the ground, they can take it down to about 35, 36 seconds. If you go to the air, try to get 10.
Well, they're going this tight ends bunch.
Could seal the game. Conservative call, they'll go to Portsmouth. He's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Julio Gutierrez Ruiz comes up with the tackle. And that'll set up 3rd and also 10. So the clock runs.
Yeah, so do you...
Offense is staying on the field. Field goal could make it 7, but it would be from 33. And it looks like the Cougars may be trying to draw them offside. I believe they might have a timeout as well. No, they are going to go here. Portsmouth over the middle, trying to seal it. Needs the 16. He's really close.
Yeah,
it is really tight.
Good on the quarterback, showing a little bit of poise there and letting that clock run down before he snapped the ball.
Cougars think it's a first down. Might be getting a measurement here. Sticks have not moved yet. Officials discussing, and yet we're going to have a measurement.
It looks really close.
Game on the line. If this is a first down, the Cougars can knee it out. If it's not, the Lightning still alive. They would be 95 yards from the end zone with just under half a minute to play.
I'm saying it's a first.
This is going to be tight. And by a football, the Cougars have it.
Big run from that little back in grade 10. Sooner or later, I'm going to go down and meet these guys.
Some good young football players.
I'll never forget a face. I always forget names, and I give them nicknames just to remember them, usually, until they lock in.
Well, poor Foon, this is the formation everyone wants to be in Two backs are back there. He's going to motion him up, say, hey, guys, just protect me. Just got to take a knee right now, so clock is running. Porfoon lets it go under 20, takes a knee. Some adversity in this game for the Cougars, but they overcame it, stuck with their game plan, end up winning by going to the ground. Really big game for Kane Portsmouth.
Yes.
Grade 10 running back and special teamer. Clock hits zeros. One last knee for Porfoon, who overcomes a couple of early interceptions and leads his way to a Notre Dame Cougars win as they go to 1-0 on the fresh season.
Good results for both teams, eh?
It was a good football game.
Kyle can't be too disappointed with that. He had chances to win against a pretty good Notre Dame team. But Dame was a little bit more physical, I think, and that took a toll on Kyle's backfield.
Ian Ratton, head coach of the Cougars, picks up win number 1 on the year. Defensive coordinator as well. A defense that only gave up 3 points through the second half of play.
Gotta give kudos to my two boys. They're out there. They played university ball, and they're out helping me in with the defense, DB sector.
So a big win for the Notre Dame Cougars in game 1. They fight back from down 14-7 for Connor Toffin, Gary LaGrange, and the whole crew here at IC Live. Thank you for tuning in to our first procast of the SSA Game of the Week. Notre Dame takes it over Hunting Hills 21-17.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.